All right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, and I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this lesson, I wanted to do a response video onto this video here that was put up by Technomics here on YouTube. And as you can see, the title of his video is The 3 Scary Stages of AI, AGI, stages of AI, AGI, ASI, singularity. And as of lately, man, I've been watching videos concerning AGI, ASI, and singularity, just trying to get, more understanding of it and how it would work in society. And if Esau gets to this level of artificial intelligence, we're going to definitely need a higher power to intervene and save us from the left hand magic and witchcraft of Esau. Okay, this AI stuff is very serious, and it will all play a role in the MOTB system to help Esau track things faster, find out things more faster, to be able to use, robots and certain AI model cameras, and I mean, just all kinds of stuff, drones with artificial intelligence, man. I mean, this is going to give Esau crazy power, all right? And as the brothers like to make the example of how AI would pretty much be Esau's angels, okay? And they're going to move quick and fast, all right? Transfer information fast, find out things fast. It's going to be crazy. And so I just wanted to play about 5 minutes here of this video, just so you can see about AGI, okay, which is artificial general intelligence. And Lord willing, in the morning, I'll play the second part of ASI, which is artificial super intelligence, okay? But this stuff is very interesting, man. And this is some information that you brothers and sisters out there should at least have somewhat understanding of, okay? So without further ado, I'll play this here. And Lord willing, this is edifying, all right? Hey, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Shema Shai, Brakatah, Brakatham, brothers and sisters tuning in. But here we go.
Ever wondered what happens when AI becomes smarter than us? As we approach AGI, ASI, and the end AI stage singularity, the line between innovation and danger is getting thinner. Are we prepared for a world where machines think, evolve, and control their own future?
When the war started, they protected me. Took better care of me than humans would have.
They're not people, Maya. It's just programming.
AGI in 2025 to 2029. Right now, we're in the age of AI, a time where breakthroughs like ChatGPT and self-driving cars are reshaping our world. But right now, everyone, from Sam Altman to some of the brightest minds in tech, is aiming for one big goal: AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. Now think of it like this. Today's AI systems are like super smart calculators. They can solve problems and make decisions, but only within a limited scope. However, AGI, will be more like a human mind. It will learn, reason, and adapt to any task, no matter how complex or unfamiliar. It's a type of intelligence that doesn't just follow pre-programmed instructions, but evolves and improves as it interacts with the world, much like how humans learn from their mistakes. Once we achieve artificial general intelligence, the possibilities are endless. AGI could help solve some of humanity's biggest challenges, like curing diseases, tackling climate change, or even exploring the farthest reaches of space. But with this immense power comes great responsibility. And in this complex world, do you think we'd be able to use it responsibly? How can we ensure that AGI is used for the greater good and not for harm? These are questions that need to be answered as we move closer to this next milestone in AI development. Well, there's been a lot of speculation lately that
Just real quick, we know that Esau is not going to use AGI for the greater good of humanity or for the people. He's going to use it as a mean of control, as a mean of him having domination over the population. You know, him getting his way, him having access to more information, him having AGI, you know, as workers. Okay, because once this stuff, you know, truly gets put out to the public, man, they're saying that AGI will be able to do the most basic human task. All right. And a lot of people are going to be unemployed. Okay. And we know, according to what Elon Musk said, he said that when AGI happens, there will be universal basic income to fund the people who have lost their jobs to AI. And that could very well cause, you know, protests around the world, especially here in America. All right. These people love to work for some reason. All right. Which ain't nothing wrong with working, but they love these terrible jobs and, you know, their health benefits and all this crap. So they're going to kick up some dust about it. Okay. But you better believe Esau already got UBI on deck. Okay. He already got all the answers to their questions on deck, right, through his think tanks. But it's going to ruffle some feathers. Okay. And it's going to impact all of our lives. You know, all of our lives are going to be impacted by this stuff, man. So this is very interesting, you know. Knowledge is surely increasing, bro. So here we go.
that AGI might already exist, but isn't being shared publicly yet. Some people believe that companies like OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT, have reached milestones in AGI development but are keeping the details under wraps for now. Interestingly, a few former employees from these tech giants have suggested something similar, hinting that the technology might be further along than most of us realize.
For 3 years, I worked as a member of technical staff at OpenAI. Companies like OpenAI are working towards building artificial general intelligence, AGI. They are raising billions of dollars towards this goal. OpenAI's charter defines AGI as highly autonomous systems that outperform humans at most economically valuable work. This means AI systems that could act on their own over long periods of time and do most jobs that humans can do. AI companies are making rapid progress towards building AGI. A few days before this hearing, OpenAI announced a new system, GPT-01, that passed significant milestones, including one that was personally significant for me. When I was in high school, I spent years training for a prestigious international computer science competition. OpenAI's new system leaps from failing to qualify to winning a gold medal, doing better than me in an area relevant to my own job. There are still significant gaps to close, but I believe it is plausible that an AGI system could be built in as little as 3 years.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space?
Sorry for that.
Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of your home.
AGI would cause significant changes to society, including radical changes to the economy and employment. AGI could also cause...
Right. He said it's going to cause radical changes to society and employment, meaning people jobs. So this stuff, man, is very interesting, bro. All right. I truly want to see it be played out. Okay. Which the Lord might allow Esau to do it. Who knows? But these are Esau's plans and his hopes. We know that he's only going to get so far. Okay. He's only going to get so far because the Lord has given this man an impossible task to complete, right? As the other brother, Amawan Gabar, said out of New York, right? It's an impossible task to chip everybody on the planet Earth, okay? And not, Esau going to chip everybody on the planet Earth. He's going to try to chip everybody that's tied to the system, okay? Everybody that's using his system, he want to see hip them, right? Which will give him the power to number people, pretty much have total control over your life, okay? But this is very interesting, man. Very, very interesting, okay? Real quick, let me go to, what is that, Psalms 21, right? Because I mentioned how this man is pretty much trying to accomplish a task that's beyond his power, okay? But the Lord is giving him a taste of the power, and Esau is going crazy, man. Okay, this is why Elon Musk get on TV and just say all kinds of crazy stuff, all right? But he's excited. This is Psalms 21, verse 11. It says, "For they intended evil against thee," right? These devils intend evil against the Lord. They're trying to make their own Genesis chapter 1. They're trying to pretty much excommunicate the Most High. That's in Psalm chapter 2. They want to get rid of the concept of a God, all of that. All right, we heard Yuval Noah Harari, who was an understudy to Klaus Schwab. He said that we don't need God or Jesus, right? He said we can be our own gods. Now, why would he make such a statement? Okay, if the Most High wasn't real, if his son Yahweh wasn't real, why would he make such a statement towards gods that don't exist? He didn't say Allah or Buddha or Krishna. He specifically attacked the scriptures. They know the Most High exists, bro. They know well like how we know the Most High exists, bro. They know, bro. But the pride of Esau, man, he thinks he's above the Most High. That's what it says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. So the Lord got a strange spirit on his man, okay, a very weird spirit on him. And he's very boastful, okay? So it says, "For they intended evil against thee, they imagine a mischievous device." And what's that? Excuse me. What is that mischievous device? The MOTB system. Right? The device is talking about his plans. That's his end goal, man. Is to digitally tie you to this system, man. Okay? Well, as Klaus Schwab said, the goal is to change your DNA, to change you genetically, and pretty much tie you to a damn robot, okay? Tie you to the internet. This is crazy. But he won't make such a statement as that if they didn't have the technology already, or he didn't see some experiment, okay? Esau don't show us everything, man. But he says certain things that we can just, okay, cool, all right, yep. They doing it. Because, look, bro, these devils be too excited at these damn meetings and these councils, okay? They be excited, man. Elon Musk, he be excited. Talking about AI and what it can do and, what's coming down the pipe. Because they didn't see shit already. Okay, excuse my language, but it's the truth. But the overall goal, we know according to prophecy, is the MOTB system. That is that mischievous device, right? It says they imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. Esau would not get this thing how he wants it, okay? He won't get it to that level. He's going to taste of it, right? He'll get the chance to put the seed up in people and, use artificial intelligence and all these things, but he won't be able to fulfill it, right? And how do we know this? Job chapter 20. You go here to Job 20, right? And 22 here, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, right? Meaning what? When this MOTB system is up and running, okay? In the fullness of his sufficiency, right? It says he shall be in straits. So the Lord is going to throw in a monkey wrench, quote unquote, within his plans. And he's going to be in a difficult spot. Why is that? It says every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Now, when you read this, okay, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. The word wicked here, all right, is talking about the workers or the laborers, okay? And let's prove that. In other words, it's saying there will be an uprising of the people, okay, which AGI can cause this. He mentioned how AGI will change society and employment, okay? It's going to take people jobs and put people in bad situations, man. Look, bro, the average American is already suffering, right? Most people living from check to check, man. It's not easy out here. So to take their jobs, man, people are going to be pissed. Even if their job, is McDonald's or whatever. To them, it's a form of income. They can, at least buy groceries and, pay for some kind of rent, to have a roof over their heads. So it's going to cause problems. And just wait and see, man. You're going to see news clippings of it very soon. All right. We're in 2025 right now. In the coming year or so or two, this is going to be a live discussion and debate on the news about AGI and unemployment and how people are going to get money. Just watch it, okay? But here in Job 20, right, it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When you go into the Hebrew here, all right, this is H6001, right? The word is I mal. Okay, you got the I, then you got the ma and the la. And it's I mal in the Hebrew, right? It says here, laborer, sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman, sufferer, toiling. So this talking about Jake, this talking about Esau, this talking about Moab, and whoever. Everybody work, okay? So the word wicked shouldn't even be there. The word laborer or workman or sufferer should be there. We know Jake's suffering, okay? We've been suffering for the longest, right? So when Esau come with all these changes, man, and his MOTB system, the Lord gonna have him in straits. The Lord's gonna cause an uprising of the people, man. And 2 Ezra 15 speaks about an uprising of the people. See, once you start to connect these scriptures together through the Holy Spirit, you can clearly see things, man. And you have insight somewhat to how things are going to play out. We have that through the Holy Spirit, man. Nobody can go into these scriptures like we go into these scriptures, man, and paint a picture for you. That's our job. It's to paint a picture for the believers out there so that they can see like, oh, damn, okay. This is what it's talking about. This is how things are going to play out somehow. We don't know all the details, right? But we can, somewhat see things by linking the news and, articles and videos. We can tell, right? So in the fullness of his sufficiency, he's going to be in straits. It's going to be a protest, pretty much, riots against Esau and this new digital AI system, all right, this MOTB system. It says when he is about to fill his belly, right? So he's going to get a chance to eat, right? Get a chance to see his people, have his way, right? Have all the governments of the world on board and, all of this crap. So he will get a chance to actually do the stuff, okay? But then it says, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So in the midst of this MOTB system, right, when Esau think he's doing his thing and, he about to truly, be satisfied, right? The Most High going to rain fire on this man, okay? World War III going to happen. That was going to happen. World War III going to happen, man. And then Yahushua going to come back. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. The bow of steel is talking about those missiles, man. When you look at the ICBM missile, it looks like a bow of steel. It's made out of steel, right? It says, it is drawn and coming out of the body, okay, meaning it come out of the silos. That's what hold those ICBM missiles, man, okay? They're called silos. It says, yea, the glittering sword coming out of his galls, terrors are upon him. And the reason that Job is calling it a glittering sword is because that's how the missiles look in the atmosphere, okay? Like a glittering sword or like a star or a falling star. That's how the missiles look. So he wrote it down that way, okay? He used the terminology of his time to best describe what he was seeing, right? But it's talking about the missiles. So this man will get a chance, right, to get this AI crap up and running, the MOTB system, but he will not get it to where he wants it, as we see according to the word. So let's go here back to this here, and I'll play about 2 more minutes, and then I get my other scriptures here. So here we go.
To cause catastrophic harm via systems autonomously conducting cyber attacks or assisting in the creation of novel biological weapons.
Right. So AGI can cause a cyber attack, according to what these former tech employees are saying. And we know that Klaus Schwab mentioned back in 2020 or maybe 2021, he said that a cyber attack would pretty much make the C-19 look like child's play. And then Klaus Schwab mentioned how that he said that communication would be affected, distribution, trains, I mean, pretty much everything will be affected by a cyber attack, which is just a hacking of the system, okay? And these self-driving cars and all of this crap, it's going to all go bad. Airplanes, it's going to all go bad. We're talking instant chaos, right? If a true global cyber attack happened, it's going to be instant chaos. Trains going to stop on the tracks, who knows, bro? It's going to be so much shit going on, right? Excuse my language. But there could be a way that the Lord can change things in one day. Literally, that can change things in one day, bro. Like one day. That's all it takes for life to go from us sitting here talking on the computer, drinking water, right, eating chips, or Netflix and chilling with your girl, to, oh my God, we got to get the hell out of this house. It's too much stuff going on. It's riots in the streets, gunshots. You hear women crying, baby yelling and crying, right? Bodies laying here, bodies laying there. It's gonna be instant chaos. So this is a serious thing, man. Okay, you gotta watch this damn AI, AGI, all this crap that Esau got going on, man. Okay, we know Esau is he's cooking up some behind the scenes. Okay, so just continue to pay attention, man. Here we go.
OpenAI's new AI system is the first system to show steps towards biological weapons risk, as it is capable of helping experts in planning to reproduce a known biological threat. Without rigorous testing, developers might miss this kind of dangerous capability. While OpenAI has pioneered aspects of this testing, they've also repeatedly prioritized speed of deployment over rigor.
This brings up some important questions. Why keep something as significant as AGI a secret? If you're interested in exploring this topic further, I cover it in detail in a video where I discuss what former employees have shared about AGI. You can check it out by clicking the I button to dive into the full discussion.
Right, so I'll stop it there with
ASI.
this AGI, and Lord willing, I'll get a chance to cover ASI, which is artificial superintelligence, right? And he just have a date up here, 2035. Lord willing, Esau would not be in power in 2035. I hope not. 10 more years of this, bro. Come on, man. I hope not, but if it's the Lord's will, then we can't change the Most High will. But man, oh man, 10 more years of this, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Okay. Come on, man. But we'll see, bro. But I just doubt it, bro. 2035, man. Oh my goodness. I'll be, bro. Whatever. But here we go. Daniel 12:4, it says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." This is what we're seeing with this artificial intelligence, man. All of these scientific breakthroughs, okay? A lot going on, right? These damn robots and self-driving cars, self-driving 18-wheelers. It's crazy, right? But the scripture's telling us that these things will happen. Now, concerning Esau's left-hand magic, right? This is 2 Thessalonians 2:9. "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders." And I just want to get a word or two here, all right, to show you that Esau is using witchcraft pretty much. Here we go.
Strong's G 4592, Semayon.
Right, it says sign, mark, token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others. And okay, getting to the point here. It says of miracles and wonders by God, authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is God's. Okay, so the sign or a miracle, Esau going to do it on the left-hand side, right? Wonders.
Strong's G 5059, Terras.
A prodigy, portent, miracle performed by anyone. Esau going to do it on the left-hand side. So this is what the Bible is telling us, okay? the guy spoke about, how AGI will help out, to cure cancer, to help out with climate change and explore the deepest part of the universe. I mean, just a bunch of nothing. Okay, a bunch of nothing, man. But Larry Ellison, okay, a guy who was at Trump inauguration, a guy who was a part of this AI tech crap, he said that, you know, um, with the Stargate, he said that once these system gets up and running, AI will overtake the hospitals, and the doctor that's there will pretty much get the diagnosis from AI and then give it to you. So, as I always say, life as we know it is about to change drastically, and all we can do is just prepare in the spirit, man. Okay, we've been talking about it for so long. Now these things are here. These, bro. I mean, I think about it every day. Okay, about society changing, things collapsing. I mean, I think about this stuff all the time, and I'm glad that the Most High, gives me that, gives me those thoughts, because it keeps me on my toes. You know, being occupied in prophecy, as it says in the scriptures. That's Sirach 39 and verse 1. It keeps you on your toes, man, and just watching out. Checking out Esau and all the BS he's doing. It's a serious thing, man. All right, so with that, I go ahead and close out, man. Lord willing, it was edifying. All praise Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Chakadash. The one is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Shalom.